Good day, St. Maarten. I'm Yesenia Lassaro.
And I'm also Lawrence.
And welcome back to another edition of St. Maarten News Desk.
Brought to you by TV15.
We're bringing the latest and most important stories around the island and beyond.
It's the beginning of the week. Let's dive into our top headlines. CBCS reports St. Maarten lagging in foreign investment. St. Maarten has been attracting less foreign direct investment than other tourism-heavy Caribbean nations, according to a new study released by the Central Bank of Curaçao and St. Maarten. The report found that since 2011, the island's average foreign investment inflows, measured against gross domestic product, have consistently fallen below regional peers, despite its open trade system and ties to the Kingdom of the Netherlands. The study, authored by CBCS economist Jason Lista, suggests that St. Maarten's tourism sector may have reached a mature stage in its development. This means fewer opportunities now exist for large-scale new investments, as the island's tourism base has already been heavily developed. CBCS emphasized that while this maturity is not a policy failure, it highlights the need for more tailored strategies to sustain future growth. The bank recommends reorienting the tourism model toward a higher-end market, while diversifying into complementary areas such as infrastructure renewal, marine tourism, and agro-tourism. The report also calls for stronger statistical capacity to improve data on investment flows and cross-border tourism with the French side of the island. CBCS says these steps are essential to ensure long-term capital growth and job creation in St. Maarten's evolving economy. Demolition begins for library and schools under Resilient Learning Project. Demolition has officially begun at 3 key public sites: the St. Maarten Library, the Charles Leopold Bell School, and the Sister Marie Lawrence School, under the government's Fostering Resilient Learning Project. The work awarded to Windward Roads Infrastructure marks the first major step toward rebuilding modern hurricane-resilient spaces for learning and culture. The library and Charles Leopold Bell School are expected to be cleared within 3 months, while the Sister Marie Lawrence School will take about 4 months to complete. Site preparations, fencing, and heavy equipment mobilization are already in place, and waste removal has started. The National Recovery Program Bureau, or NRPB, says efforts are being made to limit disruption for nearby residents and schools, especially during exam periods. Noisiest demolition work, including floors and foundations, will take place during the school vacation period to reduce disturbance. Heritage elements, including historic buildings and mango trees at the Bell School, will be preserved. Traffic management plans and safety measures are also in effect around Ellis Road and other affected areas. The demolitions will pave the way for reconstruction, with tenders for the new library and Bell School launching later this month. The project, funded by the Netherlands through the World Bank and managed by the Trust Fund, aims to deliver safer, stronger education and cultural facilities for St. Maarten's future generations. JCI SXM Action inspires youth at interscholastic speaking competition. A night of eloquence and empowerment unfolded on October 4th as JCI SXM Action, formerly known as the JCs, hosted its annual interscholastic speaking competition in Great Bay. Students from Milton Peters College, St. Maarten Academy, and St. Dominic High School took the stage to showcase their confidence and communication skills before a live audience. 8 students competed in the first round, while finalists Tyreek Walsh, Jada Smith, and Adwoa Bernabe advanced to the final showdown. Bernabe ultimately took home first place in the Best Dressed Award, securing a spot to represent St. Maarten at the JCI Dutch Caribbean National Convention later this month in Curaçao, with travel sponsored by Bonaire. Jada Smith was awarded Best Persuasive Speech and finished second runner-up, while Tyreek Walsh earned Audience Favorite and placed third. Milton Peters College Melina de Vries received the award for Best Motivational Speech. This marks the second year of the event, continuing JCI's mission to empower young leaders through public speaking and debate. The competition was held in collaboration with Toastmasters and supported by sponsors including Bonaire, Port St. Maarten, Holland House Beach Hotel, and others. JCI SXM Action says it remains committed to nurturing the next generation of confident and capable communicators. Coming up after the break, when transparency meets politics, a closer look at how government influence shapes who gets to lead St. Martin's most powerful institutions.
A new day begins. The sun rises over St. Maarten, bringing new energy, new possibilities. This island was built on resilience, progress, and the strength of its people. Our connection is what moves us forward. It links our communities, our businesses, our families. From the heart of the island to the shores beyond, we've connected St. Maarten. From every street to every home, this network was built for St. Maarten by St. Maarten hands. Connection isn't just about signals, it's about people. This is your island and your network recharged. Proudly local, we're here for today, tomorrow, and every milestone ahead.
With a Sunshine Report straight out of Sunshine City, St. Maarten, bringing you the warmth and the sunshine you need to kickstart your day. So let's dive into the forecast and see how the skies are treating us. The Met Department of St. Maarten is keeping a sharp eye on the Atlantic, ready to update you with the latest. Don't forget to follow NEWSDESK on Facebook for your daily Sunshine Report. So as you enjoy your week, stay safe, stay friendly, Sunshine City.
It's hurricane season. Are you prepared? Here are a few tips to remember to help keep you and your family safe. If you're not in an area that is advised to evacuate and you decide to stay in your home, plan for adequate supplies in case you lose power and water for several days and you're not able to leave due to flooding or blocked roads. This hurricane season, make a family emergency communication plan. This public service announcement was brought to you by the government of St. Maarten. The Ministry of Vromi, Department of Infrastructure Management, together with the Police Department KPSM, is making changes to traffic on a section of Canagita Street and Manzanella Steak, Phillipsburg. The Canagita Street from the intersection with Percy LaBega Street to Manzanella Steak will now be a one-way street. Inbound traffic can enter Canagita Street from Percy LaBega Street and drive straight ahead or turn left into Manzanella Steak. Outbound traffic leaving town on Canagita Street must make a right turn onto Manzanella Steak. Entry further into the Canagita Street will no longer be permitted. Outbound traffic exiting Manzanella Stake onto Walter Nisbet Road can either make a right or left-hand turn. The Ministry of Vromi, Department of Infrastructure Management, and the Police Department would like to thank the public for their attention to this change. Please follow the new traffic rules and signage and drive safely.
St. Maarten turns pink as Breast Cancer Awareness Month kicks off. St. Maarten officially turned pink this past weekend as the Positive and Electrolytes Foundations launched the island's 2025 Breast Cancer Awareness Campaign with their annual Pink Parade. Held on October 3rd, the vibrant event united more than 200 participants, including schools, businesses, and community groups under this year's powerful theme, Love the Tatas, Check 'em. The parade began near the University of St. Maarten and wound through Phillipsburg's main streets, filling the town with energy, music, and color. Survivors, supporters, and advocates marched side by side, led by groups such as Breast Friends Forever, the Golden Rod Foundation, Funtopia Stilt Walkers, and the Charlotte Brooks and Academy Majorettes and Drum Band. The campaign's goal is to raise awareness about early detection, encourage screenings, and promote education around breast health. Throughout October, free clinical breast exams are being offered to women aged 18 and older at participating medical clinics. No appointment needed. For women without insurance, the Positive and Electrolytes Foundations, in partnership with the St. Maarten Medical Center, will cover mammogram costs. Adding to the island-wide show of solidarity, Princess Juliana International Airport has illuminated its facade in pink and unveiled a giant ribbon installation symbolizing hope and support for all those affected by breast cancer. Organizers Mercedes Electra van der Waals Wyatt and Shelley Alfonso say the campaign is about unity and empowerment, reminding everyone that early detection saves lives. Princess Beatrix to visit Sint Eustatius and Bonaire in November for nature-focused tour. Her Royal Highness Princess Beatrix is set to visit Sint Eustatius and Bonaire this November, with a focus on nature, conservation, and community. The Dutch Caribbean Nature Alliance, or DCNA, announced it will host the former Queen during her tour, which will highlight the deep connection between the island's people and their natural heritage. During the visit, Princess Beatrix will meet with local conservation groups and learn about ongoing efforts to protect and restore ecosystems across the Dutch Caribbean. DCNA Director Arno Verhoeven said the visit is an opportunity to showcase the dedication of local park management organizations like Stenapa Bonaire and Stenapa Sint Eustatius, and to draw attention to the vital role nature plays in island life and resilience. The trip coincides with DCNA's new Conservation and Restoration of Key Habitats program, a multi-year initiative protecting 5 major ecosystems: coral reefs, mangroves, seagrass beds, and both tropical dry and wet forests across all 6 Dutch Caribbean islands. Through collaboration and knowledge sharing, DCNA hopes the Princess's visit will inspire greater national and international support for the region's conservation work. Amuseum Naturalis hosts a free Migratory Bird Festival this Saturday. Bird lovers and families are invited to celebrate St. Maarten's migratory birds this Saturday, October 11th, at the Amuseum Naturalis in French Quarter. The free Migratory Bird Festival runs from 9 a.m. to noon at the Old House. The event will feature the launch of a new bilingual coloring and nature journal, A Museum Around Me, funded by the state and collectivity of St. Maarten. Kids can explore the festival's coloring station, play bird-themed games like Bird Bingo and the Bird Habitat Scavenger Hunt, and engage with interactive exhibits in the Amuseum's gardens. A special snail station will also be featured, highlighting local snails, a key food source for migratory birds visiting the island. Jan Yerkes, president of Live Fruit de Mer Association, said the festival and the new book offer children hands-on opportunities to learn about St. Maarten's wildlife, both at the Amuseum and at home. The festival is proudly sponsored by Delta Petroleum, and the book is available at the event while supplies last, as well as online for worldwide download or purchase. Families are encouraged to attend for a fun and educational morning, celebrating nature and the island's incredible bird life. still ahead, nominations withdrawn, boards restructured, and questions rising about independence. Who really holds the power when it comes to high-level appointments?
Let's put everything on the table. People always give their opinion, and you can either take it or crunch it. Let them judge. We give in to the most irresistible flavor. We devour every nugget that falls in our hands, especially when it's our crunchy fried chicken. And let the crumbs fly if needed. Let them keep judging. We'll keep indulging. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
You could talk to your family, talk to your friends. Affordability and convenience. Community connection, that makes sense. Reliability with experience. Hey, for every life, every adventure. Number one provider, they got ya. We tell them your data is always on. You can opt out whenever you want. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want the road. Control my data, yeah, yeah, yeah. Always connected every time, everywhere. Money low, but I never fair. I know, tell them is there. Connectivity, that's what I like. Flexibility, that's what I like. Reliability, that's what I like. Tell them, sign me up for life. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Come tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to go. Come tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want the road.
What is it?
Guess what? I got an idea. It's amazing. You see how we have the link sharing all everywhere?
QR link,
the
yeah.
QR link.
Yeah.
Raw Caribbean Channel app. Yeah. You're welcome. Put it in the back.
But it's not an app, though. It's not an app. App, you have to like download something to get it on your phone, take up space. It's not an app.
It's like an app. Therefore, it can be an app. So, it's an app. Raw Caribbean TV app. Say it with me, Al. Come on.
It's not an app, though. All you got to do with that, it's a link. You take the link, you hit the bookmark, you say add to home screen, and so it shows up like an app icon, but it's not an app, though.
Are you a real person? It is an app because you get to watch all the programs from Raw Caribbean at one place. It is an app.
I don't know how to explain this to you, but factually and technically, it's not an app. Kind of like we do the news, facts,
Yeah.
and you do that thing you do.
Whoa.
Point being, you just go to the QR, you hit bookmarks, and you hit add to home screen, and then you can have the link to, let's give it another name.
The app.
You want to call it the app?
Raw Caribbean TV app.
Jess.
Yes.
Jess, please, give some sense, Jess. Jess.
It's kind of like an app.
That's why she gets the big bucks.
It's not an app, though. It's not a app. What the It's not a app.
You kiss your mother with her mouth? My God. Watch Raw Caribbean TV app.
Watch Raw Caribbean TV app.
Yes.
It's not an app, though. In St. Maarten's small but politically charged ecosystem, the appointment of board members and directors isn't just administrative routine. It's a measure of power. Recent headlines from Minister the Honorable Richinel Bruk halting the SZV director recruitment to attorney Jairo Bloom stepping back from his central bank nomination have reignited a long-standing debate. Are leadership positions in our key institutions truly earned or politically engineered? Tonight, we dig deeper into a pattern that blurs the line between governance and influence. It began with a decision that caught many by surprise. Minister of Public Health, Social Development and Labor, the Honorable Richard Brugge, formally rejected the nomination for the next director of SZV, the country's largest social security agency. His reason? Serious irregularities in the recruitment process. According to the minister, the process showed scoring anomalies, confidentiality breaches, and even signs that it was tilted toward one candidate. Complaints, both formal and informal, poured in from other applicants, prompting Brugge to order a complete do-over. The Supervisory Council of SZV has now been instructed to restart the recruitment process under the guidance of an independent firm, a move meant to restore transparency and public trust. But transparency, it seems, has become the currency everyone claims and few actually earn. Just days before that announcement, another headline sent ripples through the professional community. Attorney Jaira Bloom, who had been conditionally nominated to the chair of the Supervisory Board of the Central Bank of Curaçao and Sint Maarten, withdrew his candidacy. In a sharply worded letter, Bloom described the process as a highly and completely unnecessary politicized matter. He thanked the ministers who supported him, but made clear that he wanted no part in a political tug-of-war. The tug-of-war in question traces back to how the central bank charter is structured. Appointments to its board must be jointly made by the finance ministers of Curaçao and Sint Maarten, following a 5/6 recommendation from the supervisory board. But here's the catch. The board hasn't had enough members to meet that requirement for years. So when Finance Minister Marinka Gums tried to move the process forward, Parliament pounced. Opposition MPs accused her of sidestepping procedure, while some coalition members hinted at a lack of consensus. The debate ballooned into accusations of overreach, deflection, and for many observers, déjà vu. Because documents later revealed that the previous government had already advanced its own nomination for the same position back in 2022 with the same process and similar legal ambiguity. Different players, same game. And if that sounds familiar, it's because it's part of a larger pattern. Just weeks earlier, the government also moved to expand the Board of Utilities company GEBE after the Prime Minister clashed with its sitting members. When asked to resign voluntarily, the board refused. The PM's office signaled it was prepared to take the matter to court. It's an increasing visible tension. Government insisting on accountability, boards defending their independence. Yet beneath the legal language and public statements lies an uncomfortable truth. Boards, councils, and top positions have become political battlegrounds. For a country still building the institutions that safeguard its democracy and economy, these repeated clashes risk eroding public confidence. When every appointment is debated, delayed, or withdrawn, the question shifts from who's qualified to who's protected. Political analysts warn that while oversight and reform are necessary, the line between ensuring integrity and consolidating control has never been thinner. As one observer put it, when politics decides who watches the watchdogs, accountability itself is on trial. And so, from SZV to CBCS to GEBE, the storyline is strikingly similar. The public interest caught in the middle of political maneuvering. Every nomination withdrawn or retracted may seem like a victory for integrity, but it also signals instability in how power and oversight are balanced. As Sint Maarten continues to shape its young institutions, the real test may not be in who gets appointed, but in how those appointments are made. For NEWSDESK, I'm Alston.
That's all the time we have for today's edition of Sint Maarten NEWSDESK.
Thank you for joining us. Remember, new episodes premiere every weekday morning at 8 a.m. on TV 15 and then across all social media platforms. I'm Alston Barnes.
And I'm Yesina Lassara, wishing you an amazing evening. See you tomorrow.
And stay friendly, Sint Maarten.